What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Clash Royale video. We are going to be going over the new Clash Royale update and all that kind of stuff, okay? I wasn't going to do a video on this just because everybody has done it, so there's nothing new for any of you to learn. But if you're interested in my perspective and my view on the update, whether or not I think that it's good for the game, whether or not I think that they should have done more, blah, 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 then we're going to jump into that. I think it'll be fun. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right?
It's the biggest update of the year, and we've got 2 new cards,
a new ranked mode,
all new king levels,
Okay.
the deck explorer,
daily rewards, and more.
Lots of stuff. So obviously, I've already watched this. I know this. We're going to jump in as they start talking about more detailed stuff, kind of how I feel about it, and all that kind
Welcome
of stuff.
back to
All
Team Royale. We've got another banger of an update for you.
We heard you wanted some new cards, so we made 2.
All right, 2 new cards.
We heard matchmaking wasn't doing a good job, so we split the ladder into casual and ranked modes.
We also heard you play Expo, but it's okay, I don't judge. But Max does.
I fully judge.
There's loads more in this update, including champions being available to more players, so
That's good.
let's get into it.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Max.
And
up,
I'm
Max?
Drew.
What's
We're
up,
from
Drew?
the Clash Royale team if you don't know us.
Let's kick things off with the first thing you'll see when you open the game, the
Alright.
new home screen.
We've made some big
Looks the
changes to the core Clash Royale experience. You now have the option to play casually for trophies and rewards on the trophy road.
Okay.
Or you can compete in the Pass of Legends.
So when I first heard the thing about casually for trophies, it sounded like an oxymoron to me. But it's just their measurement system to be able to obviously unlock things. So casually for trophies sounds kind of odd because you are competing for something. So is it casual? But it makes sense. So I totally get it.
The new competitive ranked mode.
Path of Legends is a brand new ranks mode for players who want a more competitive way to play Clash Royale.
Yeah. All right. So I think that this is cool. This is the first thing that I wanted to talk about. Okay. Throughout this video, I am going to play a little bit of a devil's advocate because I think that's important. Devil's advocate is just like where you say, right, but what about this? And you kind of give a different perspective. You push back on things, etc. Okay. So new ranked mode ladder. Okay. I think that that's going to be really, really cool for a lot of people. To me, here's how I kind of view it, okay? Clash Royale's been doing a lot of stuff to the game lately. They haven't done much to the gameplay. They've done a lot to the game lately in regards to economy and adding battle banners and all this kind of stuff that's cool, but the gameplay hasn't seemed to change much at all. And so when I think about this, when I think about the new competitive ladder and whatever, let's look at people who aren't like super hardcore competitive, okay? Because obviously for people who just want bragging rights and all that kind of stuff, this is super cool. To me, it feels like I'm going to be watching the same movie, but in a new movie theater, if that makes sense. So I'm playing the same game, just in a different location. That's how my mind, as more of a casual player, views this. And I think that it's important to kind of think about that. But then I imagine that the rebuttal would be, well, then, yeah, the ranked ladder isn't for you. And it's like, cool. But if that's one of the biggest parts of the update, then you're kind of missing out on a lot of other people who maybe aren't interested in that. But I think it's a good idea. And I think that a lot of people are going to be super excited about it. To me, the way that I look at it is, okay, so I'm just going to be playing the same game in a new location. And yeah, that's kind of how it feels to me.
Unlocked at 5,000 trophies and king level 30.
King level 30.
More on that later. Players can climb the Path
king
of
levels.
Legends in a new ranked season, earning special one-time rewards. You can also earn more rewards that refresh with each ranked season, because yeah, ranked seasons are a thing now too.
Right. So that's super cool. And again, one thing that I do want to clarify that I think that the team has done an absolute stellar job over the last little bit is working on the economy in the game and making it more of a free-to-play game, because it used to be very expensive and difficult to upgrade. Like you couldn't max out. It wasn't possible. And some of this comes from my experience with playing Marvel Snap lately, to where when you unlock a card, it works at its fullest potential. In Clash Royale, if you unlock a legendary, it's not going to be good until you can level it up for the most part. And so I'm excited that they've done a good job of adding more adding more things in the game to help people level up faster. I think they've done like a 10 out of 10 job on working on the economy and helping people level up and to be a little bit more free to play. So that's
Path of Legends has stone steps and golden steps. Stone steps break.
I think that's a smart idea. That's kind of like checkpoints in old school video games, where you make it to a certain point, you could save, and it would be a checkpoint.
Golden steps don't. Climb the Path of Legends to work your way through the new leagues and unlock exclusive rewards.
Cool.
At the end of the path, you will find the Ultimate Champion League and the
I watched OJ's video on this, and I love that he laughed at the Tesla thing. Like that had me geeking.
Hall of Fame, where we feature the best players in the world.
Trophy Road changes.
Okay.
With the Path of Legends debut, Trophy Road is getting an extension.
It's like the Trophy Highway now.
Is it a dad joke? I would make a joke like that.
You can now battle your way through 20
And he's
arenas,
still laughing.
all the way up to 7,500 trophies, earning rewards all the way.
Cool.
Trophy Road will no longer reset every season, so you can keep pushing until you have earned all the rewards.
I think that's super cool. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Speaking of rewards,
Unlock champions on Trophy Road. Remember champions?
Alright.
Those super cool cards that could only be unlocked when you
Here's the question. Can you not unlock... I guess you can't unlock champions then on the new road. I already forgot what it was called. So you have to play the casual one, the other trophy road, if you want to unlock champions to play on the new one.
were max level.
max level, max level, max level.
Well, champions are now available for players to unlock on the Trophy Road at
5,500. Okay, doable. And honestly, Skeleton King and Golden Knight are two of the better ones.
16,
Golden Knight is
17,
freaking
and
ridiculous.
18.
If you have
All right, you get
never
the other
played with
two at
champions, then make
6,000.
sure to unlock them when the update drops.
I'm probably blocking you guys now. So I'm gonna move my face over here.
By earning enough trophies.
And then the monk is 6,500. Oh,
What happened to the party button? How am I supposed to disappoint my 2v2 partners now?
Don't worry, you can still play all
oh no.
your favorite modes, you just need to tap here.
All right, so I want to talk about this real quick, okay? Because I think that it's important. And one thing that I love about the gaming industry is that you can take stuff from other games and like see things that have been successful in other games and implement them into your own. And I think that's cool. So if we look at let's say Fortnite, okay? When it first came out, it was super fun, and like Ninja was just trolling people. Like that's what he did. The game was like literally the beginning. It was just trolling people. That's what it was, and it was wildly successful. Then it got super competitive and kind of started falling off. Then they added the creative mode or the party mode of Clash Royale to the game, and it helped give it life, especially on YouTube. Like you have to, I think that it's very important for game companies to look at YouTube and see what type of videos are successful, because that is a very clear image from a marketing sense of what your audience of players is interested in. And there is a large audience that is interested in very high level, competitive, like next level gameplay, and that's important and that's good for the game. But if you look at things that like what Nick and I used to do, nobody besides OJ, I would say, has reached the views that we did. And OJ reached those views on tech videos, which is super cool because that's more in that competitive vein. But OJ's also reached that level of views on like doing goofy trolley stuff. And I think that I think it's very important to create opportunities for people to laugh at serious things. Here's an example of that. You have a YouTube channel like Dude Perfect, okay? And they go out and they play golf battles on a golf course. You have some people who are like, I just want to watch people play golf. I just like take a golf club, hit the ball. But then people like Dude Perfect who get insane views go out, they kick a soccer ball off the tee, then they hit a tennis ball, then they hit a baseball, then they throw a football. Like that type of stuff is very important. And you need to look at what does well on YouTube. Historically, right now, there isn't really any casual content that's doing as good as competitive content because the game hasn't gone in that direction. It's kind of difficult to create any new casual content on the game, or any like goofy whatever content on the game. And so I think I think that putting the party mode over here in the hamburger is, and OJ talked about this in his video as well, like it's just showing the priority. It's like party mode, like, yeah, we'll put that to the side. That's not, you have to go through a couple hallways and a couple of side doors to get to it. And that's okay if that's what they want to do, but I think that kind of shows the trajectory of the game to where it's like, we want this game to be about climbing the ladder and being the best player. And if that's what they want the game to be, cool. It's their game. They can do that. But historically, if you look at Clash Royale and you look at what has been successful on YouTube, your literal biggest opportunity to see what your user base is interested in, you will see that videos like Nick and I's and OJ's in that regard are what people watch. And think about this, man. Back in 2016, and I know that games are never going to be at their peak, but still, I'm talking about looking at the type of content. Nobody was editing back then like they are now, with like OJ's ridiculously good editing style where everything is precise, and like still, it was like hanging out with friends, watching videos, goofing off. That's what everybody has always told me about growing up with Nick and I. It was like, felt like we were just hanging out with you. And I feel like that's kind of missed now, and that makes me sad because now party mode, it's like, yeah, we'll just put that off to the side. It makes me kind of sad, but it is what it is.
2 new cards are blasting their way into the arena.
Okay.
We have the Meditative Monk, with a champion ability so powerful that he can deflect rockets.
And we have the Fiery.
It's cool. I think it's kind of cheeky. I think it's going to be really fun to mess around with. But it's such an obvious thing that like most people aren't just going to fireball a monk because they know they're just going to push the ability.
Phoenix, who has the unique skill of
Phoenix is pretty
turning
cool.
into an egg.
And being reborn from the ashes of that egg to destroy your enemies.
I'm going to be honest. I really wish that scene ended with Drew, like, just shredding it on a guitar. Like, right after that, it just zooms out, and he's just standing in flames, like, going after it. You guys missed an opportunity right there. That would have been sick.
Okay, let's get back to the much more chilled monk.
This champion has spent years studying his unique fighting style in his arena, Silent Sanctuary.
All right, so time for some more devil's advocate, okay? I have always been somebody who says this game needs more cards. And I understand that too many cards can be a bad thing because it can be difficult to balance and all that kind of stuff. But lots of games have lots of cards that have lots of abilities that interact. So I think there's a balance there. And I think that when the game comes out with new cards, and the reason that I put air quotes around that is because the Monk isn't a new card to the Clash universe. It's been in Clash Mini for a while now. Now, is that me saying that I'm not excited for it to be in the game or anything like that? No, not at all. But it doesn't feel like a new card to me. It doesn't feel like a new experience. And I know that a lot of people haven't played Clash Mini or watched it or anything like that. But to me, when something like this is added, I'm like, oh man, I thought you guys were going to add something new. This like surprising. And I mean, yeah, it's kind of surprising that it reflects stuff, but at the same time, if you play Clash Mini, like, it's just like, oh, this is from that other game. And it's cool, but this is from that other game. And then you can kind of say the same thing about a Phoenix, too. Really rad. And I think the ability of the Phoenix is super sick because it reminds me kind of the Lava Hound in the sense that when the Lava Hound pops, you want to have a tank for it so that the pups stay alive. Same kind of thing for this. When the Phoenix pops, you want to have a tank for the egg so that the egg can come back and fight. But the Phoenix isn't a unique kind of original idea in the sense that people have heard of Phoenixes dying and then being reborn. So, yeah, I think it's rad that it's melee. I think that's super sick. I think that it's going to be a fun card. Don't get me wrong when I say that that it doesn't feel new. I think it's rad. I think it'll be fun in the game. But I think we need new win conditions. I think we need new commons, uncommons, rares. Like we need more cards in the game. This kind of goes back to what I was saying about, I feel like I'm watching a movie. I'm watching the same movie in a new movie theater. I want the game to feel different when I play. And I know some people don't want that, but that's my opinion.
When attacking, Monk unleashes a powerful 3-hit combo that pushes back enemies with the final strike.
Yep,
While
super cool.
powerful on offense, Monk shines on defense. He has a brand new, never-seen-before ability, Pensive Protection.
When using Pensive Protection, Monk takes decreased damage from all sources and will deflect projectiles back at his opponent.
It's pretty funny.
Dude just straight up convinced those goblins to switch sides.
It's pretty cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's pretty cool. Nobody's gonna just rocket it like that.
I wish I could deflect attacks.
Let's see if you can. He can't. Oh
Your
yeah,
smile right there.
Mystical Phoenix
Was
is
so,
a brand
like,
new
fun.
legendary card that flies. Deals
And like a new legendary, like we need more commons and rares and yeah.
melee damage.
Super cool that it does
Deals
melee.
damage. Turns into an egg. Comes back to life again at full hit points.
That's right. Phoenix can return to the arena once destroyed as long as this egg survives long enough.
Because like here's the thing with cards like this. For legendaries, they're very difficult for free-to-play people to upgrade. Unless you buy the pass, which isn't free to play. So if you were to somehow unlock the Phoenix, it wouldn't be at its fullest potential because it needs to be upgraded. So I think that it's easier to upgrade like lower rarity cards to a point of where they're playable.
This, combined with its death damage, area damage, and overall awesomeness, makes it one of the most exciting cards we have released in a long time.
I definitely agree with that. I think it's pretty cool.
You have a bad deck.
Yeah,
Are you on the losing streak?
always.
Then you love our new Deck Explorer. We've designed a new tool where you can create the best decks for you using...
So this is super cool. It's kind of like what Royale API and some of those other companies have done. And I think that it's really rad that they're adding it to the game so that you don't have to go to other sites. It's cool that they kind of took a page out of their book to create something like that. I still think, and I'm going to stand by this because I've said this before, I think it's important to add something to where I can ban a card for a week, once a month. So like say I'm really annoyed about the Hog Rider right now. I don't want to face it for a week. I can ban seeing the Hog Rider. I thought about this because you can choose what card you want in the deck and which card you don't. If I don't want to face Hog Rider, I don't have to see it for a week, and then I can't ban it again for another 3 weeks, so once a month. And some people will respond to that and be like, well, yeah, but then all the Hog Rider players aren't going to have anybody to face. But, like, people don't like the Electro Giant. People don't like the Mega Knight. People, like, there's so many cards that people don't like that not everybody in the game is going to ban the same card at the same time unless it's really overpowered. And then, honestly, that could kind of be a number for the team to track since they love tracking numbers. Like, wow, it looks like a whole bunch of people have banned this card recently. Maybe we need to tweak it a little bit.
Daily tasks.
Daily tasks are here, and they're not quests.
Complete
Good.
simple daily tasks to
I think this is a great idea. Brilliant. And that's one thing. Did I already say this in this video? I don't know. I recorded this video a second ago, and the file didn't work, so that kind of bummed me out. But daily tasks, this is awesome. The team has done such a great job in regards to free-to-play players, in my opinion. You guys let me know how I feel about it, but I feel like they've done a really good job over the
unlock
last
a
little bit.
daily bonus. Unlock all daily bonuses in a week to unlock the weekly bonus for juicy rewards.
Yeah?
More stuff!
New
It's interesting. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there's crowns right here. So is this is a new type of currency? Maybe for the Trophy Road or whatever? Like, no, that wouldn't make sense for the Trophy Road, but am I missing something with 5 crowns here? Oh.
More stuff!
More
new
stuff.
mastery tasks.
Oh,
Okay, but can we collect all the mastery tasks at once? That's the real question.
bank.
Okay, that's a lot of gold. Hoggy Bank, cool. Gym Bank over here. Oh, that's a hole. Oh, I'm blocking it. That's a hole for the gym to go into. I thought that it was a shadow of the gym. That's kind of funny.
New magic items.
I'm just gonna
Balance
put myself in
changes.
here.
And finally, King
2 balance changes. I would love it if we could get 15 balance changes a season. I feel like that would be unbelievable. And I want to see more reworks. Like, I want to see a card turn into a new card almost by a rework. But
level changes.
just me.
Let me tell you about king levels in Clash Royale. Okay, king levels.
All right, so all you guys have probably already seen that. So we'll go past it. It's hilarious. Drew's really funny in that. New king levels. I think this is actually super cool in regards to rewards again for free to play people. And then also Max talks about how it's going to help with matchmaking, and I think that's solid.
To get matched with fairer opponents.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Subscribe.
Thumbs up.
Receive the cold embrace of the algorithm.
And spam the comments with things you'd like to deflect.
You can't deflect the miner.
Thanks for watching TV Royale, and we'll see you
in the arena.
Look, somebody's behind him. Being sneaky. Or he's got a weird growth that has a head of hair on it.
It's my first time I've ever done that, actually.
Whew. All right, so yeah, overall, I think the update's good. I think that people are going to enjoy it. I think that at this point, the team has done a good job of focusing on, I don't know how to say the word, but they've done, like, they added all of the battle banners. They've added more ways to get rewards and all that kind of stuff. They've added all these kinds of things. Now, I think we need to focus on gameplay. And again, this is coming from me. I'm not the most competitive person, but I'm a player of this game. And historically have had a lot of people enjoy videos doing ridiculous stuff. And I want to see the team now pivot since they've added these things. We have a new leaderboard, new ladder, whatever. I want to see them pivot and be like, okay, let's take a risk. And I know that's really difficult, especially with the history of Clan Wars 2 and Touchdown and all that kind of stuff. I think Touchdown's fun. But like, I want to see them be like, okay, let's give people a break from the ladder and allow them to experience other things in the game. And we saw it with Brawl Stars and them creating the map builder and all that kind of stuff. I really just want to see them embrace the possibilities of the game. That's kind of my hope, and I think that there's still a lot of potential for this game. I think that they need to pivot now, again, like I said, to adding more cards so that gameplay feels different. Because literally the number of people that talk to me and say, I didn't play Clash Royale for 3 years, and I came back and I faced the exact same freaking deck that I played 3 years ago, and then they never download the game again. Like, I don't know. I feel like gameplay just needs to kind of be worked in a certain manner. And maybe that's where the 2 ladders come into play, where it's like, all right, the competitive ladder, sure. That person can play log bait for the next 7 years and be happy because that's what they enjoy. And then have another ladder where it's like, yo, on this ladder, the Hog Rider does X, Y, and Z, and the balloon does this, and like whatever. I know that might be difficult to do. That's kind of where my mind goes in its creative sense to see that kind of stuff, and I think there's a lot of potential. I think it's a good update. I'm not like overly amped on some of the stuff because it doesn't feel like the game's going to feel new to me. But that's just me personally and my playstyle. I know that for a lot of people, especially the competitive people, it's going to feel great because they get to push on that new ladder and do cool things. But for me, it's still kind of the same game. I just got 2 new cards. And that's good because I want new cards, but I want to be able to do new things within the game. That's my opinion. That's my take. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. See you on the next one. Peace out.